guys, today we are going to start our very first program in Java. So to do that, we're going to need somewhere to write our programs, and we write Java programs in something called an IDE. So let's go to JGrasp. This is the IDE that we will be using, and then here, click here where it says download. And then scroll down here and you can find some options for different operating systems. Click the operating system that you have on your computer. Install it. I already have it installed on my computer, so I'm not going to do it again. I assume that you probably know how to do that. So once you have it installed, pull up JGrasp. And it should look like this. Yours will look white. I just changed the color of mine in settings because that's my preference. So to write our very first program, let's go to File, New, Java. And the first thing we're going to do is write a class. So we're going to write public class, and then we need to have a main method. Alright, public static void main, right? Alright, and it should look exactly like this. And at the end of the class and at the end of the method, we have put open curly braces, and then I put closing curly braces. When you're typing it, you want to put both of them at the same time so that you don't accidentally forget one or you have them in the wrong location. So next, every class needs to have a name. So we can name this one first program. Every class has a name. And if the name is more than one word, the words are put together. You don't put a space in between them. In all class names, every word is capitalized. So then we can go to File, click Save. Now our program is saved. And so you can see here that the main method is nested inside of the class. And nested inside of the main method is where we will begin our program, or where we will execute our first program. Oh, I misspelled this. It should be string. Okay. So the first thing we do is we type system.out.println. And this is saying that we're going to print something out to the terminal. So let's get a pair of open and closing parentheses. And then the semicolon is called a statement terminator in Java. It just means that this is the end of whatever I wanted to say. Then we're going to put a pair of quotation marks inside. And inside the quotation marks is where you can say whatever you want to say. So you could write, "This is my first program," right? And then we are going to go here to this plus sign. This is the compile button, and we're going to click compile, right? Looks like everything is okay. If it says operation complete, things seem to be in order. Next, we are going to run our program. So let's go here to this running guy and click him. And there it is. This is my first program is printed out. Let's try it again. Let's write system.out.println. Right? And then welcome to program. So let's hit compile. Right, everything seems to be in order. Let's hit the running guy again. And there you can see it is printed out. So what if I removed this ln? What do you think would happen? Let's compile. It says everything is fine, so let's run it and see. So now you can see that everything was printed in one line. And that's because the ln stands for whenever you're done printing this, print whatever comes next on a new line. And here we didn't put that, so it didn't. It just kept printing. So you could write as many of these system.out.prints as you wanted, and they would all be on one line. So let's put our ln back in and see what happens. Let's compile. Right? And you can see we're right back to where we started. There's another style that you could do. You could do it here. Right before the end of this last quotation mark, you could hit, or you could put a backslash and put in. And this also, everything's good. This will also print on the next line, and you can see that that's true, right? For now, I think it's probably easier just to do it here. And the backslash n isn't just for like at the end of a statement. You could put it here if you wanted. Let's see what happens. So wherever you put it inside of your statement, then it'll say whatever's coming after that, print it on a new line. So that's just fun to know. Sometimes fun to use. Okay. So I have made the program work pretty good, but let's say that you forgot to put one of these curly braces. What would happen? So here I just removed the class curly brace. So let's hit compile. Oh, we have an error. It says reached end of file while parsing. And that means that the program didn't know where to stop. It's still expecting something to happen. So let's put that back in. Right? And there we go. What about here? What if we forgot one of our quotation marks? Right? And here you can see it gives you clues as to what can be wrong. Unclosed string literal, right? And it highlighted it. It's telling you where to go look for your problem. When you first start programming, you'll run into a lot of these little problems. So it's helpful to read down here and maybe get a clue about what's going on. And let's see what happens if we forgot a statement terminator. Let's compile. Right? And look, here it says error. And look, here it says statement terminator is expected. And it's pointing to where the problem is. So you're like, oh, okay, I can fix that. And put my statement terminator in there. Those are just some of the problems that you'll run into, but if you just remember to set it up just like this each and every time that you write a program, you'll save yourself a lot of trouble. So these open and closing curly brackets, placed here, they're called next line, but you could also do something called end of line. I prefer this, but you can do either one that you like. The first one makes it easier to read, to make sure that you have both of them set up in the right locations. This one saves space, so you can make the choice yourself. The only thing that you want to make sure is that you pick one style and stick to it within your program. It would look pretty messy if you didn't, so just pick one and stick with it. And you can trial and error and try different methods and different programs that you write and see what your favorite one is. And so that's it for this, and I will see you in the second video. Thank you for watching.